What up, G-Life? It's your boy MC Shadow back at you with another video. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe to the channel and share if possible, because it does help out my channel, you know what I mean? And go ahead and leave your opinions in the comments. Now, what I want to talk about was, normally on my channel right here, I don't talk about drama, I don't talk about gossip. That's not my thing. It's not something I like doing. It's not something I even care about at all. You know what I'm saying? But since I've been getting asked a lot, and it is street related, it is music related, and there is a moral behind the stories, I decided to, go ahead and speak about it. Now, where to start? I guess we'll start first with the Wack 100. So what Wack 100 said, he would never work with a sureño and all of that, which is fine. You know what I mean? Me personally, I don't really see the big deal about it. I mean, that's his personal opinion. If he never wants to work with a sureño, I mean, he's entitled to feel however he feels. Coming out of LA, I mean, a lot of these black gang members, they don't have the best relationship with sureños. You know what I mean? There's people have to keep this in mind. These individuals are really coming from the streets. They're really from the streets, my boy. They're not like Takashi. They're not like all these fake ass fools. You know what I mean? Like these individuals are really coming from the streets. They're real, mother effers up from the streets. You know what I'm saying? And me, someone that's been in the, someone that knows how the rap game goes, and I, belong to a group, and I talked about this, how they did me dirty and whatever, etc. Like how does the rap game work? Well, the rap game works. It's very treacherous. There's a lot of fakes. That's without a doubt. There's a lot of snakes and scandalous ass vatos that try to rip you off. This is real talk. They claim to give you their word, and you growing up hearing these individuals, these rappers or whatever, you think that they're really about it, and that they really look out for the raza, when in reality they don't, my boy. They don't. They try to screw you over. They try to fuck you over. To them it's just basically what could they get for themselves, right? How could they improve themselves? They really don't care about you. They really ain't looking out for you, and that's real talk. You know what I mean? A lot of these individuals will try to pay their rent just off of you. You know what I'm saying? Like they literally try to like hustle you. You know what I mean? For every, it's like they're so desperate and greedy and hungry for money that they'll try to screw you over. That's real talk. That's not a conspiracy. That's not me being a hater. Those are facts. You know what I'm saying? I dealt with a lot of these individuals. I know how they move. And they see, the thing with me, a lot of people don't mind holding their tongue, right? Like they don't mind staying quiet because they're only thinking about the financial sense to it. And then they're looking like maybe they could make some moves and just, for the meanwhile, they'll suck it up. And then, once the door opens, it's like, like fuck this fool, and they move on. But see, I've never been one to hold my tongue. I'll never hold my tongue, not even for $1 million, for what I keep my opinion to myself. Money means nothing to me. Money ain't nothing to me. You know what I mean? Money doesn't impress me, as you guys, probably already know on my channel, whatever. Financial and all of that could kick rocks. My morals and my word mean way more to me than anybody's money. So I refuse to stay quiet. I'm gonna speak my opinion. I'm gonna speak how I really feel, and if people don't like it, well, then it is what it is. If they get offended, then we could do what to do. And a lot of people say that, with that mentality, you're never gonna get nowhere, and that's fine. I'm perfectly okay with that. You know what I mean? I'll never sell my soul to the devil. You know what I mean? The devil obviously being money. You know what I mean? Like selling yourself for money. People can say, think about your family and everything like that. Trust me, my family rather see me happy and see me being able to be myself than to be miserable just for exchange. Like I've always said it, your kids are never gonna care if your house has 50 rooms or if it only has one room, as long as you have your family. You know what I mean? A lot of people have their whole mentality twisted. I mean, how money is able to manipulate people into thinking the way that they think it's ridiculous. They'll sell their mother, for $1 billion if they could. It's sad, really, what this world has become. Anywho, So a lot of these individuals come from the streets. You get what I mean? So with the relationship that individuals have, you know, especially like where Wack 100 comes from, the Pokemon Pyrupulas, they don't have the best relationship with Sureños. You know what I mean? It be going down right there in the Pack Town. You know what I mean? Between homeboys and the Pokemon Pyrupulas. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, just because he feels like that doesn't mean like, oh, see, look at the industry, look how they hate on the homeboys, and that's not true because Dub C, Mac 10, Ice Cube, Exhibit, Snoop Dogg, The Game, all of them have rap songs with Sureños. They have. I don't know if you guys have heard it. Maybe I'll do some rap reactions on my channel to the songs. And I mean a bunch of songs. Don't think just like one. No, I mean a gang of songs these fools have with homeboys. And of course, yeah, some of them are not gonna be down, with the homies and stuff like that. And like I said, it goes back to the streets. But just because he feels like that, doesn't mean that like, homies should be getting bent out of shape. It's kind of like saying, if you have a homie, I don't know, from an area where, like let's say East Side Longo, who beefs it a lot with Crips, kind of like like one of the homies from East Side Longo who blows up in rap. All of a sudden he comes out and he says he doesn't want to do a rap song with a Crip. I mean, everybody will perfectly understand and see why he wouldn't. You know what I mean? Because they don't have the best of relationships. You know what I mean? So right there, I bet you it wouldn't be getting blown out of proportion or being spoke about it. Like this. Why? Because now it's the homie that's doing it and not the black person. So to me, he's entitled to feel however he wants. You know what I mean? It makes no difference. It's not like he speaks for the whole entire black rap community or whatever. So all of that is completely irrelevant. Now, for the Slim400 and the Draco murders, that's messed up. R.I.P. to them. My condolences to the family and everything like that. See, here's the thing though. Y'all want to be talking gangster. Y'all gonna be gangsters. Y'all gonna be, about the, the term, running your mouth, insulting your enemies on music, insulting your enemies, on videos. This is what's gonna happen. Tekashi was moving very quietly, despite him wanting to run his mouth how he likes to run his mouth. If anything, he's gotten lucky. His luck is eventually gonna run out. Sad but true. I wish death upon nobody or nothing like that, but when you play the game the way you play, and if you don't learn from it, if you don't humble yourself and you keep acting the way you act, don't think just because you have money or you're a celebrity you can't be touched. Look at all these individuals that have passed away, from Nipsey to all of these guys, from Tupac to Biggie to President JFK. I mean, don't think that no one can get touched. Anybody can get touched. Anybody can get found. Look, let me tell you something, my boy. How the streets work. Don't think because you're in the safety of your house, or don't think just because you make fake accounts, or your cities away, or your states away, that nobody can find. My boy, if somebody really wants to find you, my boy, they're gonna find you, homie. That's not me being like over exaggerated. Man, this was putting too much on it. No, my boy, if somebody really wants to find you, homie, if they're really persistent, my boy, they will find you, homie. Think about stuff before you say it. Really think about it, because the streets is no joke. How many people have lost their lives to the streets? So many, from lawyers to judges, to police officers, to governors. The streets could touch anybody, my boy. Anybody's disposable. You know what I mean? If mother effers really want to find you, they'll find you, my boy. These guys have nothing to lose, my boy. Human life to them is nothing. If they really want to get to you, they'll get to you. So before you want to run your mouth and be insulting people, really, really think about what you're doing. Because don't think that it can't happen to you, because everybody thinks that it can't happen to them until it happens to them. The streets ain't playing, my boy. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people like to say, oh, gang members are weak, gang members are pussies, they can't do it. My boy, they'll smoke you, plain and simple. They'll take your life and that's it, done deal. You can say, oh, he had to use a gun, that's lame, that's big. It doesn't matter what you say. Say whatever you want. Repeat it 1,000,000 times. It doesn't mean anything. You're still going to get smoked. You're still dead. You know what I mean? No one really has the courage, that much courage. I know it doesn't take courage to smoke somebody, but at the same time, try to grab a gun and smoke somebody, you'll see how difficult it is. You know what I mean? It's easy and not easy at the same time, like they say. Depending on the individual. Because they'll literally do it. They don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, there's so many people in the streets, my boy, that feel like they don't have a family, that feel like they don't have nothing to lose, feel like that life ain't even shit, homie. They're just looking for whatever excuse just to throw the shit down the drain because they already feel like that anyways. You know what I mean? They already feel unloved, unwanted. They feel nothing no more already, my boy. So taking you out to them will be, they don't care. They don't even need a reason why. They just be like, hey, that fool used to get smoked. Fuck it, I'll do it. Sometimes it's as easy as that, homie. It's sad but true. You know, and there's so many people out there that are like that, and that's because there's so many people that refuse to be parents, refuse to actually acknowledge their kids, pay attention to their kids, because whatever they have on social media is more important. They're spending their personal time alone is more important than spending it with their kids. It's ridiculous nowadays. But that's the reality of it. You know, it doesn't matter if you're a rapper or not. You got, like I said, Tekashi has only gotten lucky and has only moved because he's not stupid. He moved. He'll make videos talking, running his mouth or whatever, but when he's out there moving or whatever, he's moving at hours that he knows ain't nobody gonna be out there, and they make sure that there's nobody out there before he even steps out of the damn vehicle. You know what I mean? See, these guys want to be walking around like, okay, they're running their mouth and they're out there in the broad daylight or out in the open. Look what happens to them. They will run up on you and they will get it on and cracking. Even he found out the hard way too when he came out here to LA and he was about to hop into the airplane. They ran up on him and his squad. You know, imagine if they would have been packing, that fools would have lit them fools up. But at least they ran up. See, don't ever think that people can't get to you. They'll get to you. You know what I mean? This is how the streets are. It's not a game. You know, I don't understand how people can still think of it as a game. You see how many fools have gotten smoked and dropped, and yet people think that they can still run their mouths and nothing bad's gonna happen to them. This illusion that people think that these fucking gang members ain't really about it or they ain't really with the business. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you need to stop watching all those TikTok videos, homie, and stop listening to people what say in the internet. Them fools are only running their mouths because they know that they can't tell these fools to their faces what they really want to tell them. So don't believe when they're saying that these fools are clowns. These fools ain't really about it, because my boy, they'll drop you. It doesn't matter. Crip, Blood, Sureño, Norteño, Vice Lord, Gangster Disciple. It doesn't matter. Latin King, Folk Nation, People Nation, Houston. You know, it doesn't matter, my boy. They'll drop you. If they're coming from the streets, they could be from Israel, Asian boys, Russians, you know, French, England. It doesn't matter, my boy. If they're a street gang and they're coming from the streets and they live on the streets, my boy, you're gonna get dropped if you're running your mouth. Call them losers, low lives, call them whatever you want. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant, my boy. They'll drop you if they really want to drop you, homie. Plain and simple. Not boosting on them, not because I'm a G, I want to, make them look like they bad, they tough, they badass. Not because this life is stupid, this life is pointless. Stay in school, you get nothing out of this. All fucking true. But let me tell you something, don't disrespect these mother effers. Show them their respects, my boy. Because if you thinking that you're just gonna be talking on them and saying whatever you want with no consequences, my boy, you a damn fool. You know what I mean? Give them their respects, my boy. They're not telling you nothing. They're not trying to punk on you or nothing, my boy. They're minding their own. So don't go yapping your mouth on shit that you shouldn't be talking about. Because if you talk about it, then be best prepared to be ready to defend each and every word that you say with your life. So then when the day comes and you do get shot or smoked or whatever, don't be Don't be right there bitching, complaining like, oh, you see how gamer, I didn't even do nothing. Nah. You wanted to call them stupid and lames and all. Órale, homie, amárratelos. Don't be crying now. Or tell your family not to be crying when you get smoked. Because you knew what you were doing. It's a sad truth. The game is rough, rugged, and raw. Is it dumb? Yes. Is it stupid? Yes. It's sad how just a few words could be so easy to take somebody's life for. Yeah, it is. Scanner is like that. Cold-hearted because they weren't raised right. The game is rough. You know what I mean? So better just show respect. So it's not costing you anything. It's not like people are telling you gotta buy them a fucking a jumbo jacket, nothing like that. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is that, hey, well, you probably shouldn't be calling them all those fucking names, my boy. Just don't say anything. You know what I mean? Just say like, yeah, gang members are bad. You shouldn't be from a gang. That's all you have to say. You don't have to go into say all this other shit. You know what I mean? On the internet, don't think because you're on the internet you're safe, my boy. If they really want to, they'll get you. You might just say the wrong thing to the wrong person. That was a wrong individual. He was barely holding on, my boy. And your insults were the final straw that broke the camel's back, my boy. So you want to take that gamble? Go ahead and roll them dice, my boy. It's not the smartest idea, I would say, and you see it from all these rappers, getting dropped and everything. It's messed up. It's sad, man. That's the streets, homie. It's a cold game. I'm just saying, a word of advice, my thoughts, and shout out, we out.